Hi everyone, for today's review we have the McFarlane, DC Multiverse, The Flash, and Batman. It says from Earth -52 or Red Death. I think that's how he's been referred to in the comics. I don't know much about the Flash comics, but I think this is just The Flash is just a standard release from the single release, and he just has a different face. But what I can tell from the packaging is that this doesn't come with additional hands. It does come with two separate black bases for the figures and one like a rock base, which I don't know why it was included in this two pack. I wish we would have gotten extra hands or extra faces or lining effects. So that I feel that is a weird decision. I feel like the packaging is just really big for just figures with basically nothing in it. And this is the back of the packaging. It's just a standard packaging that McFarlane is doing. He always includes like comic book art, and it shows the other releases too, which I guess he's going heavy on the what is it, dark metal Batman storyline. So that's another criticism too, that he's going heavy on Batman stuff right now. So let's take the figures out of the package and let's see how they look. So as I mentioned before, he does come with separate figure stands too, and two collectible cards. But here's the figures too, and as you see, no additional accessories besides the rock base. So I don't know why then he decided to include the separate display stands for each figure. So let's take a look with the figure everybody basically wanted from the 2-pack, which is the Red Death or the Flash Batman figure. So overall he does have great articulation. So I really like this hip articulation that McFarlane included. It reminds me that of Figure Arts figures. So double jointed knee, ankle articulation, and even toe articulation. So that's great. Does have an up crunch, hip articulation, or should I say waist articulation. It's really hard, but it does move. Neck articulation. The sculpt is great overall too. Wish it would have had like darker tones in the paint. Maybe I'll do that, add a little bit of dark wash later on. It does have butterfly joints too. Overall, I'm really impressed with this figure. I do recommend it. It would suck if McFarlane later releases a single release of this one, which I wouldn't be surprised. So I don't know if he's part of the dark metal storyline too. I know that DC Universe is big right now on the Multiverse, so I have no clue what is going on in the comics. So let's take a look at the Flash figure. So here's a Flash figure. One thing that I did find odd, this is how it was packaged. So as you can see, He's literally doing a 360 turn right here on his app, so I guess it should have been like this. Or maybe it was me when I took it out of the package. But from what I read, I think this is just basically the same figure as the singles release, just with a different head sculpt. You see the paint is not the best, unless that's supposed to be blood. And I think also the hands are different too than the single release. I don't know if his costume is based on the new 52 or the rebirth or the current costume in the comic. But overall, I do like the costume. So I don't know what this peg is here for. I think maybe it's for the single release. I think it has like lining effects. So one thing too about this one was that the plastic was warped, especially around this joint. So that's the thing that worries me later on in the future, especially living here down south in Texas. Is with the heat, I don't know if this is gonna start like warping over time and then cracking, so hopefully it doesn't. Because right now, I mean, I can understand this happens. I can fix it later on, just heating it up. But the Flash does have the same articulation as the Batman Flash. Butterfly joints, which don't really have any mobility to them, but they're there. Double jointed elbow. Hand articulation. Well, not hand wrist articulation, I should say. And I think on the feet and legs is pretty much the standard McFarlane articulation that he's doing now for DC figures. Just wish over here on the ankle articulation he will improve that, hide a little bit just the ball joint there. But I think overall McFarlane has improved on the articulation department, so hopefully in the future he just keeps improving. So overall this figure, I really do like the sculpt. Wish it would come with a better head, because I mean, I don't really want to look at an angry Flash all the time. So this is how they look on the base. Unfortunately, it only has two pegs, one right here and the other here. I really find it odd that McFarlane decided to include this. Well, this is it, and I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll answer them in the comments below.